chasing down the dreams with fire in their eyes. All 3 points tonight, give it all they got. Rowdies on a mission, burning hot. Rowdies gonna rise under desert skies, chasing down the dreams with fire in their eyes. All 3 points tonight, give it all they got. Rowdies on a mission, burning hot. On the field they dance, fast and swift. Every move they make, such a gift. Together strong, never back down. In their veins, they're feeling it now. Listen to the cheers, echoing far. Rowdies on the move like shooting stars. In the fiery night, they'll stand and fight. In this heated battle, burning bright. Rowdies gonna rise under desert skies, chasing down the dreams with fire in their eyes. All 3 points tonight, give it all they got. Rowdies on a mission, burning hot.
And now, you're tuned into RBLR, the home of Tampa Bay's Reveler Sports.
Good evening, Tampa Bay and beyond, as my man James Knowles would say. Welcome in to something we're just throwing around. You know what? The Rowdies are all the way in the Arizona desert, so we're all staying up late. We're all in this together. Why not throw around a completely unannounced, completely unplanned until about an hour ago watch along as your Tampa Bay Rowdies will play a city that we have a connection to in terms of size, you know, the little MSP game going on, a team that we have a long history in the last, a few years. We should have played them in a final. We actually did play an unfinished business game. So there's a lot of a rivalry that kind of builds on the field between the Phoenix Rising and your Tampa Bay Rowdies. So we're going to dig in. Kickoff is, in the next 5-10 minutes. We've got all you people here between Instagram, between Twitter, YouTube, wherever you are right now. Go ahead and if you can repost this, if you can share this, if you can spread the word, let's get some people in here because I would love if there was a bunch of comments coming in. You can comment on the video on Twitter. You can comment on our YouTube. You can comment all those things, and I would love to have those. Just like I did right here. We're gonna need your comments all night. Come on, you Rowdies, get them in here. We're gonna watch the game. And as we do, your comments I can put on the screen. We can have a discussion. Let's go. It's really late here in Tampa Bay. It's about 11 o'clock, and a wonderful day of sports that there has been. Shout out to all of you that are probably maybe still leaving the stadium in Tampa as the Buccaneers won their first preseason game. The Rays, unfortunately, just lost to the Baltimore Orioles. So I know there's going to be some people in St. Pete that's on their way home from that. Go ahead and click this on. We'd love to be your second screen experience tonight. But also huge for us soccer fans. Tampa Bay Sun FC had their first ever preseason game. They did it at Blake at the Riverfront Stadium. And they come out, I believe, with the win over. I'm still waiting for Liz or James or someone. We had so many people there in attendance. All the Sun Chasers were there for a closed door, except for the season ticket holders, the Sun Chasers, as they call them, got to see the navy and gold or whatever. I don't know if we've come up with a name for them, but the Sunnies. We've been saying that kind of colloquially. The Sunnies get their first taste of action in front of the crowd there at Riverfront Stadium. So all of that leads up to a nightcap, which we hope will be a wonderful 3 points for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Shout out to everyone out there. We love it. We love it. Nick, if you're out there, dude, you got the link. Get in here, buddy. But let's see. We got some predictions already in the Instagram. Connor says he's a ball boy. What's up, my brother? It says 1-1 tie, and it is gonna be a tough matchup tonight. But let's take a look at our 11 that we are putting out there tonight. Pretty much what we've seen so far, except that Jordan Farr is back in net after shout out to new dad, or you know, he might have had one more kid before, but he has a brand new baby. Jordan Farr is in net, ready to save the day for your Tampa Bay Rowdies. And then right in front of him, the back three of Jordan Doherty, Kleeman, and Aaron Guillen is the 3-5 midfielders tonight. Pacific Nyongabire, Danny Crisostomo, Lewis Hilton, Eddie Manjoma, and Perez are your 5 in the midfield, with a dynamic duo up front. The 2 forwards we always love to see, and that is Cal Jennings and Manuel Arteaga are your 11. So looking at this 11, we love to see it. I mean, this is what we've put together for multiple games now. We know how dynamic they are. We know that Nyongabire and Manjoma can kill it on those wings. We know that Lewis Hilton is a phenomenal pivot in the midfield, a great defender, and can create things. It's Perez that has been, and Crisostomo. I think that both of those have been welcome additions and phenomenal talents that maybe we thought were just going to be, they're all right and pretty good, but they have turned out to be just linchpins in that midfield. And then what else can you say about Manuel Arteaga and Cal Jennings? Because among the league leaders in scoring, and they do it in such different ways. Cal Jennings is an absolute threat at any time with the long ball, and that might be how we attack Phoenix Rising. If we look at their 11, there was I was able to report earlier that they were going to have a couple of their big names questionable. However, now that we have actually seen their 11, we do know that they are going to be without 2 of their top scorers. Remy Cabral will not be playing for the Phoenix Rising. He is their number one. He is their number one scorer. Okay, 6 goals, 7 goals and an assist if you put them all together. But he is a very highly rated top scorer for them that will not be playing tonight. Also, who will not be playing for them is I think Fede Varela is not. Let me make sure. I don't see Varela in their lineup, and he's another one who would be their second leading scorer, and for sure, Mohamed Traore is not, who is one of their just top players that they have put on. He still continues to not be out. So they not coming in as strong as you would think, not coming in as strong as they could be, but 2 names that Rowdies fans will absolutely know in their starting 11 are playing. One of them is Lawrence Wyke, who is, I believe, on their back line. You will see Lawrence Wyke today, a player who after leaving us went to MLS. Didn't get a lot of the playing time that he wanted. He actually ended up on loan back with us a year ago. That didn't last too long. He went back to MLS. Now he's been there at Phoenix Rising, and he's been a solid player. I mean, we know how good Lawrence Wyke is, especially at this level. When you look at Lawrence Wyke this year, he is in the 97th percentile in chances created. He gets a lot of touches in the game. But He is a little bit more offensively minded this year. He is not someone who defensively we can get to him on that back line. So I'm okay with that. And we know that Lawrence is a little bit of a hothead. We know that Lawrence Weick has a tendency in the past to get some yellow cards in the wrong spots. So there might be some ways that we know from the few. It is its own brand new team, and we were not in the Neil Collins era. But the players that are here that do know about Lawrence Weick, maybe they can needle him just a bit. But absolutely, all the players that are here right now, they know about Charlie Dennis, who is in their starting 11 tonight. He is a central midfielder, but can also play up front. Another person who is in the top percentiles in touches. They are trying to get him the ball. He is in the top almost 90th percentile in chances created. He is definitely in the first 90th percentile of aerial duels won. He is in the top 25% of the league in making defensive things happen for him. So while he does get a couple yellow cards here and there, we know that when he's at his best, right? When he is at his best, we know that Charlie Dennis is a player that we have to watch out for. So just those two guys alone, right? Just those two guys alone are enough to be a threat. Okay. Now, so with all that said, we did a little predicting on the RBLR Rowdy show, which of course, please check us out. If you're here on whether you're on Twitter or on Instagram or on YouTube, drop us a like, whatever platform you're hearing this on right now. There's a like or a follow or a subscribe. If you're brand new here, if you just popped this up and you just saw this for the first time, give us a like, subscribe, or follow. But now that you're followed, now that you've seen us, every week we put out a wonderful podcast about your Tampa Bay Rowdies in the offseason, in the preseason, now in the middle dead heat of the Arizona Heat. We are putting out a podcast. Now, with that said, we did some predictions, and if you see on the side of the screen here, our guys, Carlos Rueda, thinks we're going to win big, and so does James. 3 goals apiece, with Carlos giving us the clean sheet and James thinking we might concede a goal here. So myself, I believe this will be a tough game. I don't think that it will be a super blowout, but I do believe that we have enough. Hey, Rugby King. Hey, hello to you, my man. Hello. Please, let's get some comments in here. I want to hear you guys. Tampa Bay Rowdies fan on Instagram says, I think our wingbacks are going to win us the game. And maybe so. I mean, again, I think we can come down that side. I think we can create a lot of chances against this team. And I think if we strike early, we might get that first one early, then have a really good dogfight on our hands and maybe tire them out and put that second one. That's why I think 2-0. Now, I would love us to win 5, 6, 7, whatever, put 100 goals in the net, but they're going to have to get the ball up to Jennings and Arteaga. And so if those wingbacks are able to get them up and we're able to score consistently, I think we can put 2 on the net. So we're about to have kickoff here. Remember, please, let's get those comments in here. I'm on my first beer. I hope you guys are safe and sound at home. If you're not in Arizona, we know we have some of the mob and Skyway in Arizona right now. So shout out to them that are representing the green and gold on the road. But for the rest of us, I hope that you're safe and sound in your home and you got a nice beverage and we're ready to get 3 points. There might be some times of silence, but I'm going to try to update the stats along the side. I'll have something up there every 10 minutes or so. We'll try to update the statistics on the side there. But let's have some fun. Dennis is going to want to score. Kleeman will have to play. Okay, that is really good point, Rugby King. I was filling in for one of the guys on the here's kickoff, and here we go. Come on, you Rowdies! But I was filling in on the Rowdies podcast, and I said that a couple weeks ago, we end up getting that draw, unfortunately, because of the goal at the final minutes of the game. But it was it was coming off of not a good performance by Freddie Kleeman. And Kleeman's in a tough spot because he is unfortunately filling in for a position that we thought would be filled by a defender of the year, a literal defender of the year quality player who got an injury. And so Kleeman's a young guy. Carlos had a wonderful point about this, is that we see just a large human being, just such a large man, and we almost forget that he's still on the younger side of his soccer playing days. There's still a lot to learn, and so I want to say that first is that I feel for him, and I understand what he's going through, but yeah, Freddie's kind of been one of the reasons that we've had some wins turn into draws, right? And we really, really need him to step up, and I believe he can. Okay, I'm rooting for him. I am a fan, of course, of Freddie Kleeman, and I was excited when we brought him in, and so we're hoping that he can do well. So, yeah. I mean, unlucky game. He's been in some positions where he's been caught on his flat foot, falling down, and unfortunately, it doesn't matter how tall you are, if you fall down when the ball's in the air, especially on a set piece or something like that, you got to know where you're at. You gotta be marked the correct way, and you got to be able to jump and leap. And so, I agree, man. I think he's been. I mean, look, overall, if we look at the whole season, yeah, he's been a fine addition. There were some weeks though that we had Jordan Doherty playing center back, and Jordan, of course, is a man. He's a grown man, and he is killing it at any position that you put him. He's very, very, very versatile. But you got to do better if you're Kleeman. You're hoping that. That with his physical attributes, right, with his such a large stature, and where he towers in this league, he is a towering man. You would hope that he can kind of overwhelm, right, the level of competition. So, guys, wanna also say there's in the chat, someone asked, is the game on Paramount Plus or ESPN? This is on the Galazzo Network, which is absolutely free. If you go to Galazzo Network on the web, they do have a stream of this absolutely free. Or if you do have a Paramount Plus, you can get right in the CBS Sports Galazzo Network is on Paramount Plus. But this is absolutely free. You can get on to CBSSports.com and the Galazzo Network. It's free right now. In the first 4 minutes here, we're in the fourth minute right now. So far, we've been pressing. Let me see if I can get full stats up here. Let's get some. See if we get these in here. But through 4 minutes, we've been pressing, very aggressive. I believe the team did head out to Phoenix on Friday. And they did get some training in on Friday in Arizona, but reports from our people out there say it is hot. Shocker, it's the desert. But it is hot. It is going, and we'll see if they, you want to press early, right? You do want to press the pace, and you do want to put a goal up, but you don't want to gas yourself out. So we'll see. We'll see how this works in the long term here. Let me see if I can get these stats. Phoenix right now, we enjoyed the possession for the first couple minutes of the game, and now Phoenix is sort of settled in, but they're one errant pass away. They're one errant pass away from a breakaway. We almost saw a breakaway on the right side by Nyongabire. There we go. See, oh man, good defense. See, Phoenix hasn't gotten much past their own. I don't think they've shot on goal yet. I don't even think they've been into the box yet. As soon as the ball crosses the center line, you've got a midfielder pressing, and we've been doing a very good job so far. So let's see. Here we go. Getting into the box. Oh, we'll see. Well, let's get your comments. Like all night long, I am willing to talk about whatever Rowdies stuff you want to talk about. Please, let's get those comments in there, and because we're in a good time. We're in the just about over the halfway of the season. We are in a wonderful run of play right now. I'd love to hear your thoughts on why you think or what you've been most impressed about this team. Because there's been highs, there's been lows, there's been wins that end up being draws, and draws that end up being losses, and we've also stole a couple here and there. So we'll see. Lawrence Wyke already on the ground here. We had a challenge. Okay, Lawrence jumps up, puts his knee into Perez's back, and then looks for a foul, doesn't get one, and then crumples over. Buddy, it's like when he's on your team, you love to see it, and when he's wearing a different crest, maybe a little gamesmanship there from our buddy Lawrence Wyke. Yeah, Lawrence Wyke was a roller coaster to have on the team. So all right, but that all of that ends up with Lawrence don't think got a yellow yet, but he did. We do get a free kick here. If it was a little closer, maybe you'd have maybe you'd have a shot on goal, but it's a little bit of ways. We'll see what we can do on it. No, had a tiny attempt, but it's taken away. No, let's see. Yeah, Ginger Boss Hog, love the live coverage. Let's go Rowdies. Absolutely. Thank you for joining us on Instagram. We really appreciate it. Really. Oh, went deep. Finally got one into Cal Jennings, who's in the box, but can't really create anything. So that back line of Phoenix is collapsing when we're able to get that deep. I wouldn't say the vibe is chippy right now, but we're getting both teams are getting a little physical. Phoenix is looking to grab a couple cards here. They finally have their first offensive threat of the night. They go down. Let's see. Is there a call? Okay, I believe it's no goal. Finally, Phoenix got the ball. They were pushing down the field. They did put the ball in the net, but we called it off. Yeah. we we almost went down. Immediately coming back with a dangerous attack. Yeah, we might that might have woke us up a little bit. No, I mean they've been pressing pretty well, but let's see. Where is Here we go. Now that we're about 10 minutes in, let's see if I can get some stats up here. All right, so we got a corner kick here. Trying to crowd the middle of that box. Now Manjoma running into the box. Ref's getting in there. He's not letting these guys really do much. We play it short. And yeah, tried to feed it in, didn't work. Oh, yeah. We'll see. I'm hoping that some of these guys that have experience playing in Phoenix. I mean, I don't know. You'd hope that any little edge is going to help, but we'll see. Hmm. See, there we go. Look at that. Right in the midfield, they're able to clamp on all of Phoenix's attacks. This has been a very good half right now so far. Where can we watch Rowdies games? So right now they are playing on what's called the Golazo Sports Network, which is by CBS Sports. So if you're on your laptop or on a PC or something, you can go to cbssports.com, Golazo Network, and you're right there. Or if you have Paramount Plus right now, if you have Paramount Plus, it is part of the Paramount Plus CBS Sports on the Paramount Plus app. But most of the year they are playing on ESPN Plus. They're the streaming service by ESPN, and that's where you can watch Rowdies games. Also locally, all of the home games. Now, unfortunately, they are in Phoenix. That's why we're doing this watch along here. But on home games, they are on Tampa Bay 44 over the air. So if you don't even need a computer to watch that, over the airwaves, Tampa Bay 44. So I think that'll get you all connected to all of the games that are there. Yeah. Phoenix still trying to penetrate just past the midfield. They're not able to do this so far. It's it's they got past one guy finally, and they cleared out of the box. Pretty good defensive effort so far from the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Let's see. Again, now that we're 15 minutes into the game, I want to say wherever you're watching us, if you're on YouTube, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. See all our content that we do across the entire network. We every week, every day almost, we are putting out a brand new podcast about all of your Tampa Bay teams. The Rowdies, of course, we do the weekly podcast about the Rowdies. The Buccaneers, who just had a preseason game this week. The Lightning, who we still, even though it's the offseason, we're putting out articles, we're putting out content, we're putting out stuff every single week about the Lightning. And of course, the Rays, who made a lot of big moves for their future, still trying to hang on for that wild card. And we cover them every single week. And then the brand new Tampa Bay Sun FC, who just had their first preseason game. We were there. We're there. We're covering it, and we will be putting together a podcast. Actually, the Tampa Bay Sun podcast. We just had the president of the USL Super League, Amanda Vandervoort. We had her for a phenomenal conversation about the beginnings of the league and the struggles that they've been trying to overcome, and why Tampa Bay was a perfect spot for one of the founding members of the league. She was a phenomenal guest. Couldn't have asked for more. And of course, you can see all that. You can see all of that on demand on our YouTube. Whenever you're ready, we are ready. We always have content for you almost every single day, but definitely every single week. There is no off season at RBLR. Is what we kind of say behind the scenes. So, all right. So Phoenix here through this 10 minutes now, they've been trying, but they're ready for a counterattack. Like as soon as the Rowdies can dispatch them, they're gonna get on a run here. Shout out to look, I know it's tough. I know it's tough, but when when you just straight up can't say, I mean, there's a pronunciation guide that we get as media members, but like Nyongabir. Unfortunately, hold up. Oh, okay. Woo. Sorry. Guillen just tripped and almost gave up the ball, and thankfully, the Phoenix Rising member who got it immediately fell, and it's like they both slipped on a patch of grass. So no harm, no foul. But with the announcers, man, like I mean, look, I know I don't nail all of the pronunciations all the time, but to say Nyongabare when it's like even phonetically, you could look at his name and it's like it's even better than that. So I don't know. All right. So it has, I wouldn't say toothless, but Phoenix has been owning a lot of the possession, but they haven't turned that into much. Is how I feel about the last 10 minutes here. But we'll see. But what are you guys feeling? If you're watching this on the Galazzo Network, if you are checking this out on Paramount Plus, how do you feel as we're now 20 minutes into the game? We started off really, really strong, in my opinion. We started off really strong, really quick on the attack. I mean, we are high pressed. Everyone's got a man marked for sure. We weren't able to put one in the net. And okay, Jordan Farr playing way outside of the net. He kicks it. He couldn't really clear it out. Jordan gives me a heart attack when he's 50 yards out of the box and he's at the midfield line. You are just one little click over his head. We've seen it already happen this year. All right. Oh. But yeah, man, he gives me a heart attack every time he's just way outside of his box. I mean, I think that's one of the reasons they like him. It's one of the reasons they got him. But I just have I have too many too many scars from Raiko Rosarena and even I mean Lauro wasn't super bad with that, but he could come out of the net. All right. Well, I'm ready to add you here, buddy. Let's get in. I'm not the only person on the staff that loves the Rowdies, and he's on vacation, but we're gonna get him in here. Nick, sick with COVID. What's up, dude? Well, no, that's not good. We don't like that at all, dude.
I'm hanging in there. I'm getting better, but yeah, I'm hanging in there.
Well, you should be sleeping. What the hell are you doing at 11:30 at night, man? You got another sickness. You got Rowdy sickness, brother.
Pretty much.
What
Saw you were doing the live.
Yeah.
Saw you were doing the live stream. Heard you invite. You saw the invite, and I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I got an iPad.
You know what, man? If this makes you feel better, that's the best medicine.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm gonna grab another beer here from the beer fridge. But I got you my earphones. First 20 minutes. How are we feeling about this game?
I joined in a little late because the Wi-Fi at the Airbnb here is a little shaky.
Okay.
And then trying to get on was you saw our text. For the people who wasn't, I've been trying to get into the stream for like 20 minutes.
Technology.
I couldn't hear Eureka, so that took a while. But every time I would turn, I'd either see the Rowdies would frustrate me either because I thought they had a good chance that they didn't capitalize on.
Yeah.
Or they freaked me out because it looked like they gave Phoenix a good chance that freaked me out. Like I turned away and then I turned back and I saw the replay of them putting the ball in the net, Phoenix. So I thought they scored. And it wasn't until they cut away that I'm like, oh, it was probably called offsides.
Yeah, I said I almost had a heart attack because I'm like, really? Because that would be kind of the Rowdies way right now is we're doing great. We should score. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
What?
Stay on him.
No goal again. See, this is right when I'm on another screen.
Wait.
I click away, but I hear it in my earbud.
What are they calling here?
No goal.
I want to see that replay. Oh,
yeah,
my God.
I'm waiting on the replay. He is mad, dude. That dude is mad. All right, so it comes in.
Okay, you're a little ahead of me here. I'm watching it now. Nutmegs him. Off the side. Oh, that's close. I got to see if that ball goes over the line. If this was a higher league with a lot more money and VAR was a thing, that might have been called a goal. I don't know. I can't tell from that angle if it fully crossed the line, but that's close. So what were we saying about the Rowdies?
They called them offside. Yeah. I mean, it would be That was the call. The call was offsides, but
Okay, so it wouldn't have mattered either way.
yeah, it going in the net wouldn't have mattered. But yeah, it's like the perfect Rowdies thing this year is that we create chances, we create shots on target, we create, and then, but it doesn't matter because the result ends up being that that the other team gets one shot on goal, one in the net, and there you go. Or we're winning, and then they put in an equalizer at the very last minute. That's not good.
Yeah. Literally, we were just talking about the team giving us heart attacks, and then they do that. So there you go.
Yeah, they're watching. I think that's they're listening. All right, Robbie, if you got me in the earbud, okay, don't do that. You could. Well, I need to change my beer count here. Is what I need to do. Sip a beer for the working man here.
Hell yeah.
Number 2. We'll see. By the end of the night, if Phoenix puts one in the net, that beer count might rise a little quicker. Where are you? You're on vacation? What's up?
I'm over in Homosassa Springs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Going out in the water, trying to scallop, or go scalloping.
Okay.
Yeah, trying to do that in the Florida sun with COVID is that's not a fun experience.
Yeah, good luck, buddy. What?
Yeah, I was dead by the end of the day, and we only got one scallop, so it was kind of rough. But
yeah, I was gonna say that's not gonna feed the family, buddy. Where is? All right.
They didn't call that.
So the ref's been he's been letting things, like I said, I don't think it's been chippy. Okay, I don't think it's been like bad, like super heated, but there's definitely a little bit more contact than you would expect.
I was gonna say I kind of turned my head, so I don't know if the guy flopped or not, but it looked like we might have got away with fouling a Phoenix player in the box. So
yeah,
is he calling it both ways though?
I think so. I don't have a problem with the reffing so far, but then again, I'm for the human element. I don't. Unfortunately, sometimes you're going to lose games because of a ref. I mean, look, Robbie was very adamant that happened, or at least we got a draw, against Monterey Bay. But
yeah,
refs are part of the game, though. I mean, you would hope that just not one moment in time is the difference between a win or a loss, but sometimes it is, and that's unfortunate. But I guess in the Monterey Bay game, my problem is like what you said, is that if they're inconsistent, that's a big problem. If you're at least calling the game that both teams know what's a foul, what's not a foul. Okay, this is a game we can beat each other up. Great. Okay, then let's let both teams get physical. Okay. But if you just decide in the 50th minute that everyone can tackle each other, and then in the 89th minute, if you even think of blowing wind in the way of another player, you're going to get a yellow card, then we have a problem. It's like, but because that was the problem. The Monterey Bay, there were Rowdies fouls, in my opinion, that we should have got called on. Unfortunately, shout out to Kleeman that we were talking about earlier in the stream. But I think Kleeman absolutely railroaded a dude that should have been a penalty, or at least a second yellow for him that would have put us down to 10 men. And thankfully we didn't get that call. But at the same time, it wasn't even like a makeup call down the way. It's just the ref just called bad fouls in bad positions and didn't call fouls in other positions, and for both teams, I couldn't have told you like what was what. Then of course the big gaff, which we don't need to get into, but we had video, I had a whole video clip of everything showing like what happened. So anyway, hopefully none of that happens tonight. We want a good clean, and so far I'm okay with the refereeing so far. I think the guy's been fair, letting them play, letting them get a little rough and rugged, but not letting them get to a point where they're yelling, screaming, and going to punch each other, right? That's not what we want to see.
Yeah, no, I agree. While we were talking about that, look, there was a couple of rough plays that I think a lot of people would have called, but the ref let him go. But it was on both sides, so if he's consistent, then I'm fine with it.
Yeah, again, because that's what I like. I mean, as long as the players know, like, this is a contact sport. This is, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's how I would be if I was a ref, is I would be like, yeah, you guys can't dilly-dally around. If you're rolling around on the ground, like, you're not going to get far with it. All right, let's see. So looking at some stats here that we got. So again, we are owning possession. And we have the technically only shot on target. But I thought we did have a corner kick. I mean, we've had a corner kick, but I don't know why they don't count that there. But just in a lot of different areas, we are owning the game, right?
Yeah.
It's just that
it feels like Phoenix has the better chances.
Yeah, like, I think that, I mean, without the offsides, which, I guess could go either way, but it's, we as much as I said, okay, the first 10 minutes, they didn't have any like teeth to their attack. We've sort of lost the ability. We have a lot of possession, but we haven't been able to really, really create like a long ball to Jennings or even like a crossing situation into Arteaga or anything like that. So as they get the water break, shout out to all of us. Go grab your water, go grab your drinks. If you got something, I'm sure Nick's got the Rays cup there. Oof, tough loss tonight for the Rays.
Screw you, Baltimore.
Stay hydrated, my friends. But as we're waiting here, please, let's get these comments in, guys. We thank you for all of you who are joining us tonight. Thank you for all of you that are choosing us as your second screen experience. As the green and gold are on their hydration break, we're on our hydration break. Almost to halftime. It's still anybody's game. Phoenix is being a threat at any moment. They could score. But also that the Rowdies still, I mean, I'm biased. Obviously I'm biased, Nick. We're gigantic Rowdies fans here, and we don't hide that fact. But there's nothing that shows me that they can't pull the 3 points out of here so far.
But I would say that at the same time, I can't say I'm 100% confident until they start getting some better looks. That's all I'm saying.
They've earned it's earned a 0-0 right now. Yeah. like,
pretty much. This is I stalemate.
Yeah.
But it's just like we were talking, that one mistake that just happens and it either like lets them tie it or they go down. Just that the thought of that happening is just kind of hanging in the back of my mind here. I don't know. Like, I mean, it's basic, but how many times have you and I talked about this? We love it whenever this team just like, scores early, because then it feels like they feel unstoppable and they just keep putting it on and on.
Yeah.
But if they don't, it goes to like one of these where it's a stalemate forever.
So through the first half, it's seemingly going to, it is one of these 1-1 draws or 0-0 draws, or it feels like that's what we've earned so far.
Yeah.
Man, it would be really, really, really nice to get one, because let's look at the USL Championship standings right now. Because if we look at the East, Charleston is 9 above us in points. Louisville's 10 above us, and we are 5 clear of Indy 11. The only thing is Charleston has already played 2 more games than we do, so we have a chance to put 6 more in hand, right?
You're not getting that. Get up. Come on.
Yeah. So, but looking to Birmingham is 5 behind us, and they're rising. And Detroit City's not too far on our tail either. They're 7 behind us with same amount of games played. But it would be nice to get 3 here. Phoenix is a tough team, although they're very low. They're just outside the playoff spots in the West. But and they're going through a hell of turmoil with their front office, and they let a guy go, and literally, I've never seen a team release a person and in their press release basically be like, he's a cancer in our locker room, so we got rid of him. Like, he didn't meet the standards or the whatever they said. He's like, we pride ourselves on having like a level of professionalism, and he didn't meet it, so we got rid of him. Like, oh man, that's the and they're and openly antagonistic against like the media that covers them every week. The like outwardly yelling and calling them like disparaging words, trying to disparage them. Like, it's not been fun the last month for Phoenix Rising.
I just want to know what that guy did. I just want to know the exact details now.
Yeah, well, so I mean, because the fans are showing up to Phoenix. That I haven't seen the banners. Again, the team sort of like the league and the team put on the broadcast, so it wouldn't surprise me that the broadcast cameras aren't panning towards the supporters group section that has the banners that say like, we don't like the person that's in the front office right now, and like, why did you fire the person we liked? And like, so I understand why they wouldn't do that, but that's what they're going through right now. Is the fans are openly despising all of the things that the front office is doing. They're questioning them, and the people that are asking about those questions are being ridiculed by the front office. It's like, I'm just look. We've been critical here. Look, at RBLR, like we're openly biased. We're openly biased. We want the Rowdies to win every game. I want them to win 100-0 every game, right? But we're critical, and I think that anytime we've ever been critical I know we've said it to Neil Collins' face, we will say it to Robbie Nielsen's face. Every time we've ever been critical, they've handled it with poise. They've handled it with professionalism. They've always been, even if they don't agree with our criticism, which is fine, right? But even if they don't agree with it, they've never, ever, ever, ever been like unprofessional about it. They know we have a job to do, and we do it. And so I just look at that and I say, I'm thankful that we don't have to deal with that as of yet, right? And it's just crazy when the fans are being ridiculed by the front office, the media, the local media there is being ridiculed by the front office, and they're trying to minimize the kind of the chaos that's going on there. So anyway, that's my long-winded thing about that. It's crazy going on in Phoenix right now.
I'm glad you said that. I didn't know that was going on, honestly.
Really?
Good save. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I got distracted there. Good save.
No, you're good. I might be a little ahead of you.
You're like a couple seconds ahead.
I'm at 39-32.
Okay, I'm like
there was a
34 seconds behind
save.
you.
We finally cleared it out, and then they called a foul on Perez at the top of the box to set up a free kick.
All right. Yeah, fair enough. What are you thinking here? Should we just try to like get to halftime or like?
So yeah, I mean, I'm not. I'm unfortunately very. Here's me being critical again. Our set piece defense is not good.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I'm with Charlie Dennis at the top of this box, about to kick this. I'm hoping, just if we can get to halftime 0-0, they can regroup, make a couple tactical changes. You got Leo Fernandez on the bench. There you go. The wall stops it. Good job. I'm not here to do play-by-play, but that was awesome. Whew. Okay, my blood pressure just went down 20 points. It was great. Good job by Farr and Monjoma. So they're making a substitution right here at 42nd minute, okay?
Put it in.
You're bringing off Nyongabire, or Nyangabare, as they keep saying on the on the call here. Nyangabare. I'm like, it's not even close, dude.
Come on, Phoenix.
I mean, I know it's kind of tough to pronounce. My name is Eureka Wheeler, okay? So like I get it with a weird first name, I get it, okay? And I hear all types of pronunciations, okay? But it's not that hard, man. It took me like a week to really figure it out. So
I don't care if it's hard to say, like a hard name to say. If you're a pro sports announcer, you got to figure it out. Like this is coming. So
yeah,
here's some backstory. I used to work. You guys remember the XFL, which merged into the UFL?
Yeah.
Remember that they had it. Right, remember they used to have a team in Orlando for like 1 year.
Yeah, the Guardians. Yes.
Yeah, I worked for them. I was up in the PA booth as a spotter.
Love it.
And every game they would come to the PA with a list of the other team's roster, and next to them was like how to pronounce all of them.
Yeah, the Rowdies absolutely put that out. They absolutely do.
Yeah,
get it every week.
But these are announcers on TV for something that works for CBS. They should have that. So no, I'm not.
Did I ever show you? So I mean, I don't know. Oh, you can't see it right now, but like I do have game balls. So we covered RBLR. We cover everything Tampa Bay. We absolutely covered the Vipers of the XFL. And then the Vipers moved to Orlando in a weird way where like the Vipers technically became the Vegas Vipers, but the New York Guardians came down to Orlando, but like the colors of the Vipers went to Orlando and the colors of the Guardians went to Vegas or something. It was weird, but it was so anyway, but Nick, did you get, since you worked at the XFL, did you get one of the wallets?
Nah, I didn't get a wallet.
You can get one of these, buddy. I don't know. Oh, you can't really see it. So like this is the XFL.
I see the logo.
You see the logo right there? It's the same as the game ball, right? Yeah. I got a chance to get my hands on a few of those that were good save. Get it in there.
I don't know if I don't think I got it because technically, remember, it was a different league than the one.
That was a different league than that XFL. Yeah.
So
did they give it? You get any other mementos for that short time period?
I mean, they gave me like free merch to like wear when I was there.
There you go. You know, I have a Vipers pullover that I might be selling on eBay later on.
The one thing I just wished I'd asked for was like a game ball, or if like they had like a mini helmet or something.
I gotta grab mine at halftime because I do. Well, and the thing is too, Tampa Bay had a USFL team for the first year of the USFL. The Tampa Bay
Bandits.
And sorry that we just had a shot on goal that
yeah, I see that.
Novos made a good kick though. So I have a Vipers game ball and I have a USFL game ball. Love it.
If we were back at my house, I would have showed you. I actually do have a Vipers game ball, like one of those like ones they sold in the merch stand.
Well, I mean, the one I have is it's an XFL game ball and it's in the Vipers colors.
Yeah, so it's mine.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Yeah.
but mine's extra cool because it's signed by future AEW star Shane McMahon.
Love it. Look at yeah. We can get into that, buddy. But
Yeah.
that's pretty funny. That's great. The
Yeah, he
one
was
thing I
just
didn't get to do as we there's 3 minutes of added time, but neither team is really doing much here. They're kind of just trading the ball back for the last 5 minutes. Now my stream is kind of getting a little wonky here.
Oh, you see that too?
Yeah. It's from Phoenix. They're having you have like Star Wars wipes coming along the screen.
Yeah. Okay. It's not me then.
Yeah. It's in Phoenix. They're having problems out there. I would blame ESPN Plus like always, but they're not on ESPN Plus right now. Yeah, it is very bad. It's a very bad stream right now from Phoenix. It's been good all game. I don't know why it's.
Yeah, this came out of nowhere.
It's clearing up.
Seeing everything clear.
It's clearing up. But yeah, man. The one thing I didn't get to do with the XFL, because I was a season ticket holder for the Vipers, is you got to choose one of the games to like get the VIP experience.
Ooh.
And like go down on the field and get credentials and like a little bit of meet and greet kind of thing. Every season ticket got to do it one game. And my dumb ass, I'm like, well, I'll just do it the last game, the fans appreciation day, and maybe they'll like whatever. We never got there because of COVID.
I don't think you can call yourself dumb for that. We never knew that was coming.
I know, but like, because most people, a lot of people did it the first couple games, and we were waiting there. So like, I emailed the league, or I emailed the people in the office, and we're like, hey, I know we're shutting this down for COVID, but like before you get kicked out of the office, like, can you at least send me like the field credential, like the one I would have got if I get, like, I would want to hang it back here in my memorabilia and all this kind of stuff that I have, And they were like, absolutely, we'll do that. Like, oh, I'm going to do that. We're going to do it so much for you, dude. Like, hell yeah, brother. Give me your address and all that kind of stuff. And it never showed up. So
owned by Vince McMahon, you say?
Yeah, right. Okay, Phoenix. Just wide.
Ooh.
Nick, talk me through it, brother.
Well, first of all, remember I'm a few seconds behind you, so you
but
freaking out, and I'm like,
Kleeman,
what's happening?
Kleeman gets his foot just out. Kleeman here. Let me give him his props. Okay, an hour ago I was talking crap about him or whatever. Kleeman 1-on-1 is who creates him having to kick it that wide as far as he had to do. Whew. But now we set up a corner kick. Okay, just wide, and that's halftime. Woo!
Okay, go to the locker room and regroup.
Yes,
because
please.
You need to. They are dripping, by the way.
It is. Well, let's do a heat.
Yeah,
check.
what's the heat check? Because I remember seeing on Twitter this morning, like Ralph Smallwood posted, it was supposed to be like 92 or something.
It is currently 94 degrees Fahrenheit.
And that's at night. There is no sun out.
It is 94. Yeah. We'll just wait. At about 5 a.m. it'll get down to 89 degrees.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
But it's a dry heat, they tell me. No, it's 40% humidity. It's not even it's 40% humidity, guys.
Oh.
All right. Shout out to everyone on Instagram. Shout out on now. Wait a second. Let's do this. We got a guy on Instagram, Stu Bum Softball here, saying the Rowdies getting dominated and they don't look good and they have very few offensive chances. Okay. Do you agree with that assessment?
I would maybe take it down a notch, but also I would kind of agree. Like we were just saying, they need to regroup because Phoenix is having a lot more better offensive chances. Like I'm sick of covering my eyes because it looks like they're about to put one in the back of the net. I would kind of like it where like one thing I've noticed with Phoenix's chances, and even if they miss, they can still. It seems like they're still getting the ball back.
Yeah.
Well, like if we manage to get a shot, it's just a quick save. Phoenix has got the ball and they're pushing it up already. So that,
Yeah.
but I mean, I don't want to say they're getting totally destroyed. They put a few good shots on net there, like
Yeah.
and their defense is coming up big where most like they're hanging in there, but in my opinion, yeah, Phoenix is the better team right now. The Rowdies got to change something.
Yeah, no, and I think so. So we sort of got to talk a little bit about it, but the big change, the first change that Robbie's made was he took out Pacific Nyongabire, and we put in Damian Rivera, who Rivera has been this entire year an absolute spark plug. Usually he brings him in like the 70th minute, but to bring him in 20 minutes earlier. And I still have to look and see how we've changed our formation through that, but it's I think Robbie saw very early that we needed more of an offensive punch. I haven't looked at Fought Mob to see players scores or anything, or like how they do a game score, but if you look at, let's see if I can upload this right here. Okay. So stats have changed a little bit at halftime. Rowdy's leading possession almost, it's 3-1 or 2-1. Oh no, it's 3-1. Sorry. They have more shots, but they're not putting them on target. Fouls are about even. We've owned more possession, so we have more passes. We have more free kicks, but it's been pretty even. All things together, I think that the one thing we're missing is a big chance, a big opportunity. Something where we're going, ooh, it was just this close. Now, and this is a Rowdy's attack that has hit the crossbar and the woodwork in a ton of games leading up to this. Just haven't done it so far. So knowing that, let's pull this up. Knowing that you've got Nate Worth on the bench, you've got Christian Ortiz, who was just on the Rowdies podcast this week. Ortiz is just coming back from being with the U20 Dominican Republic team. You've already brought on Rivera, but there's a few other academy kids. De Jesus is on the bench. Nate Worth is on the bench. Zane Bubb is on the bench. I think he's a UCF guy for you there, buddy. But you've got Leo Fernandez and Christian Ortiz. I think those are who you're looking for. You've already brought in Rivera. You're probably going to want to bring in. Oh, let me get this. Tone CC. It is not on TV. I see it. It's not on ESPN Plus. It is on Golazo Network, which is free. It's also on Paramount Plus if you happen to have that streaming service. So I've been trying to say that, but yeah, thank you for bringing that up. Thank you for that question. We are on Golazo. It's free if you go to cbssports.com. If you kind of just Google Golazo Network, the first thing that pops up is watch free Golazo Network CBS Sports. It's right there. Nick, how are you watching this game? You're on vacation at Airbnb right now. How are you watching this game, big guy?
It took me forever to find it out. I think I was actually the first person who dropped that question in the chat. But
yes.
Eventually I just kept asking family members around, and he gave me his iPad, which had a Paramount Plus on it.
Yeah, and I think this is something that the USL Championship absolutely has to do a better job of. I mean, we're here for you, man. Look, we're here for you. We'll always have your back here. But yeah, we're trying to spread the word and get it out there that like this is on Galazzo in the mob Discord too. You know, it's important that someone, usually it's my friend Brian, usually it's someone that's getting in that game day chat being like, hey guys, we are not on ESPN Plus tonight. We are on Paramount Plus or Galazzo or something like that. So well, and I said on the flip side, what was great is when the Sun FC podcast talked to Amanda Vandervoort, that's one of the things we brought up was how good it is that the women will only be playing on Peacock. It's one network. It's the same as the Premier League, and there's only one network. You don't have to go to ESPN Plus half the time and Galazzo the other quarter of the year, and this, and then maybe it's on CBS like broadcasting. It's the CBS thing of the week. Maybe, but there's only one network to go for the women. Where I hope that this new CBS partnership can figure something out for the USL Championship long term, where it's kind of one destination for all of the fans. We know it. We just know how we can tune it in. Because I think we're unfortunately we're on an island and we're in this niche and we want to watch our Rowdies, but it's a question that I mean literally 4 or 5 people have had on our live stream, including you when we brought it in. So
yeah.
All right, so I've been jaw jacking here, but if you're going to make a change, if you're making one change, what do you want to change? What do you want to see for the second half?
Ironically, my change would have been putting Rivera where we normally put him, but
Okay.
in the 70th minute, but he's already been put in, so that kind of throws me off a bit.
Yeah.
Why do you think they subbed him off or subbed him on a little earlier than normal?
So it's different because so a week ago we took off Kleeman early in the 35th minute or 37th minute because he already had a yellow and he probably should have earned another one and he was just very bad. I don't think Nyongabire was doing that bad. I just think that we were forced into kind of what we've been kind of bitching about on the streamers. Like we haven't had that offensive kick. And I think that bringing on Rivera kind of adds another striker to the mix. So you're taking out of a 3-5-2 into a 3-4-3, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I have to look and see if that's actually true on the field, but it seems to be that's what you would do if you're gonna take off Nyongabire and bring on Rivera. They don't play the same position,
Yeah.
And you really don't have to do much to kind of change. I mean, okay, so you take off Nyongabire, but you can kind of have a 4-person thing of Hilton and Crisostomo in the middle, and maybe Manjoma and Perez are sort of kind of working on the wings, and then or you're having Rivera sort of work on that right side where Nyongabire was. You have Rivera over there. You still have your midfield of Crisostomo, Hilton, Perez, and Manjoma, but then you have Rivera sort of playing like a 9 or a 10 in the middle of Arteaga and Jennings, because the way that he plays. Hey, Santiago in the chat. What's good, my guy? Santiago, the host of the one and only Erabe Era Deportes that we put out every single week in Espanol. So if you happen to be looking for Spanish language content, Erabe Era Deportes is where to go, my guy. My guy Santiago killing it. Welcome to the chat, brother. You got a link. You can get in here, my guy. What's up, amigo? What's up to you? You could be on that. We can get you on screen, my brother. You gotta just click the link. Get in here, my guy. But no, Santiago's probably out there hustling. He's always making money somehow, my man. Shout out to Santiago. He's a wrestling fan too. I don't know if we've talked. Nick, Santiago's into it too. Oh,
nice.
Yeah, I'll send you the link, buddy. Santiago's awesome. You haven't. I don't think you've had a chance to actually talk with him. He's the man. Let's see if we can. Oh, I don't know if I can do that. Santiago, it's in the Discord, brother. We'll get him in here. Well, so now that we're resetting at halftime, we still have 45 minutes to go. But everyone that's here with us, we thank you. We thank you. You guys are with us. You are on Twitter. You are on YouTube. You are on Instagram. And we really, really, really appreciate it. So before we kick off for a second half, that wherever you're following us at, there's a like button or a subscribe button. Hit that button, hit that thing. Please, please, please. It helps us out with the algorithm. It spreads us out to brand new people. We get to spread our love of the Rowdies and all of our Tampa Bay teams. And it's free for you to just click the like button or click the subscribe button. We just passed over 400 subscribers on YouTube. And one day that's going to sound like a super tiny little number, but I appreciate it. I am so proud of all the work that we do across the platform, whether it's about the Rowdies or the Bucks or the Lightning or the Rays or everything. Yeah. So it's like everyone's working so hard to give you awesome content, and we really appreciate it. That if you just hit the like button for free, hit the subscribe button to keep you in the loop every time we go live. So let's hear in the chat as we're about to kick off here for the second half. What are you guys looking for in the comments? You can comment if you're on Twitter. Just open up the video and you can comment in the video. There's a little chat box. If you're on YouTube, there's comments. Drop them in here. We've been seeing them all night from people. Yeah, let's go get in here. Let's hear what you guys would change. Both teams have the same amount of shots. The Rowdies getting it done with good passing accuracy. They just need to make one or two more offensive runs. They really need to get into that Phoenix side of the field. That's what I would love to see. But shout out to all of our friends that are in Phoenix right now. They've been getting love. I've been seeing all the pictures being shared of the Phoenix Rising fans, which I have a lot of respect for. The banter's good on the internet, but also like we're both just kind of similar cities with similar love for our teams, and I got nothing but love for the Phoenix fans. So, all right, let's get Nick back in here, buddy. All right, you're all wrapped up. You feeling better, my brother? COVID is a bitch, dude. COVID.
Yeah. Oh no, that's not what happened. I was outside. We're sharing this Airbnb with a bunch of people. We just gotta move around.
That's funny. Let's see.
Yeah.
Do I re-up? We're gonna change it. We've been going with Stella Artois. We got to change it up. We have a 45th minute substitution. We're going Leffe Blonde. Stella's out. Leffe Blonde is in. I'm going to go crazy if we just score in the first 3 minutes of this half. Like, let's go.
Come on, boys.
All right, let's see if we can get Santiago in here at some point. All right, here we go. Second half kickoff. Come on, you Rowdies. My infant is my 3-year-old is on a toddler, I guess you'd call him. He's on the other side of this wall, so he's going to start screaming if I get too loud. So Let's wake him up. Let's come on, you rowdies. Let's wake him up. All right,
What's up?
let's get Santiago in here, brother.
What's going on?
The one and only host of Era Deportes, mi amigo Santiago Pombo. What's up, brother?
What's up, RBLR Nation? How you doing? ¿Cómo está todo el mundo? What's going on?
My God.
Here we're seeing the Rowdies.
Nick and Santiago, I don't think you guys have talked before.
No, we have not, man.
No, never.
Brother.
We've
all been in Owl Lang at the same time. I could tell you that. Okay.
Hey, I mean, yeah, man. Nice to meet you, Nick. I saw that, you do writing for, the Bolts and everything like that. So that's awesome, man. I went to the FC Dallas game, and then I got to meet Lizzie from RBLR Son, and then like James was there, like Eureka was there, like I saw Carlos Rivera was there, it's people that I have seen, and it's I even say it in Spanish, like we're the most unique podcast for sports in Tampa Bay because we cover everything. You know what I mean? It's just there's nobody else that does it like us. Yeah, man. Like I'm seeing the game right here. I'm seeing the game on.
Let us know what's up.
What's my feelings, bro? Like, well, there were no goals, of course. I mean, offsides, but I mean, it's they're attacking, man, and it's stadium's kind of empty. They said that there was a lot of rain going on there. Like a tsunami thing.
Really?
Really? Yeah, monsoon type of thing. But like Neon Gabir is out. Like Damien Rivera came in.
Yeah.
I want to see some scoring from us, man. I really do.
Yeah. Well, I think bringing Rivera in is like to those lines. I think you're bringing him in because you want more scoring, a dynamic scoring threat. It's just that the way that Rivera scores though is kind of just like just driving head in, and you sort of need a crossing. You sort of need kind of work for the wings into the box for Rivera. And I don't know if I don't know with Jennings on the field in the same forward group. You're kind of hoping that either one of Jennings or Rivera can get on a long ball. Yeah. But I sort of think they're going to take Jennings or Arteaga out, and they're going to put Leo in here in about 20 minutes, Yeah. Like,
I mean, the player that I see that, man, so I said it on the podcast today, like, there's a player that's on, other than Lawrence Wyke and, Charlie Dennis, but there's a player that Phoenix Rising have right now. His name is Thomas Angel. Yeah. And he is actually the son of famous soccer player Juan Pablo Angel. Right. He's Colombian. So, I mean, like, I honestly I know he's coming over from LAFC. I honestly didn't know if he was going to play or not. But, like, he's doing pretty well for them, to be honest with you. He like, the first goal, that was not a goal. But the first one that went in, that was offsides. Like, he's the one that set up the pass. He one that made the pass.
It was
a really good pass. And I saw, if I didn't, I'm like we're down. I'm thinking we're down 1-0. But then when I saw them not stop celebrating, I'm like, oh, it's offsides. So but I saw like Joshua Perez was getting a little bit rough there with Charlie Dennis. I don't know what that was about. You know what I mean? But
yeah. Well, it was a pretty. I mean, it was a physical first half. I wouldn't say it was like mean or like they're gonna fight or nothing. And the ref is letting them. The ref is letting them kind of hit each other, which is fine. I'm fine with that. But we'll see. As now it becomes the 50th minute. We'll see how much those that getting tired in that heat. If all of a sudden they gets a little chippy.
I honestly still believe we're going to get a goal in there somehow. You know what I mean? I really do. So, I mean, I believe, I hope it comes obviously soon. I want to leave with 3 points, man, because it's just like the last game that we played against Monterey Bay, man. Like, it was, we fell asleep at the end. I mean, there was some issues at the end with whatever happened because the players were complaining about the call or something that happened there. But like, we didn't do a good enough job to just close the game out. We didn't do it. And, but I really want to, at least with this game, because we have Loudoun next week at home, I want to get 3 points here.
What an opportunity. So we were talking with we were talking about sort of how this is feeling, and it's like, with us being not too far behind, I mean, we need to keep getting the points that we keep getting 3 points. If we could pull 3 out of here and then have Loudoun with another good opportunity, to get that would really kind of catapult us back into the top of the East, which I'm fine. I don't think we need to be 1 or 2, but it would be nice to have a home field at LA.
Exactly.
But
I agree.
I don't think it's as important. I think as long as we are playing the right brand of football at the end of the year, that's all that really matters. It's like get in the tournament, because we've seen now. Look, we've been the regular season champions, right? And we've gotten all the way to the final, and then we lost a weird final. I don't want to get into that, but like, we've also seen teams like Phoenix come out of nowhere and win the championship. So really, it's like it's an American version. And Nick, I'll get your final thoughts on this before you got to get out of here. But it's an American thing that we have a playoff that determines our champion. Would you rather us, win and be the top of the league, or are you okay with us sort of like, as long as we're in the tournament and we're playing fine, we're good? I mean, both of those are good things. But how do you feel about that?
Maybe there should be like a good combination of both, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. Look at you, buddy.
I mean, I like the playoffs. Like you said, it's an American thing, so it's all American. I know. That's all I know. I just like there being like that championship game, winner take all, compared to like over in like the Premier League. Like you can win the title and there's like a few games left.
Sure.
Or you could win it and without even winning the game. No disrespect to the Premier League. I love the Premier League, but
nope,
but I understand.
They're in here. They're disrespected, bro.
No, I understand what you're saying, bro. I understand. It's just, to me, like, that's something about European soccer for me personally. Like, just because like in Spain, you have Real Madrid and Barcelona. Like, Real Madrid is always gonna win. I mean, it's just because they're a juggernaut. I mean, it's just it's not fair for other teams. It just I wish there was a playoff system for them as well. I mean, I think playoff system should be all over, because I like to see I like to see like different teams win, championships. I don't like to see always the same teams. Like, the Champions League is exciting, and I'm sorry if I'm gonna, but it's like, it gets boring to see always, because it's honestly, when I'm looking at the Champions League, it's the champions of all of their countries. Like Olympiacos from Greece, Galatasaray from Turkey, Manchester City.
Charlie
from
Dennis
England.
laying on the ground here.
Yeah. But I mean, it gets kind of boring. I mean, I like playoffs. I really do.
Yeah, I dig it, man. I mean, I was sort of trying to lead the question one way, but like, because Robbie absolutely feels that they need to win the regular season. Like, that's his goal. Like, to be honest with you, that's his goal. His goal is win the regular season, and then we'll see what happens in the playoffs. Yeah, that's.
I
tough.
would feel better about it if they did something similar to the MLS, where like, even though the MLS Cup, which you win in a playoff, feels bigger, winning the Supporters Shield still gives you something. Like, it gives you a automatic berth in CONCACAF.
Yeah.
So like, winning the USL title gives you something.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can get that, but you know what I mean.
Started on why USL Championship gets disrespected in CONCACAF.
Oh, we know. No.
It's because I agree with you. There should be the regular season champion of USL Championship should at least get an opportunity, right? Like even if they go, okay, if the USL regular season champion is not the cup champion, there should be a playoff for one US CONCACAF spot, which I'm fine with that. I'm fine with saying we get one spot, and that one spot will either be our league champion regular season or the USL Cup champion, or a playoff between the two to determine who that would be. Like I'm cool with that. Like, but
I've heard like 2 suggestions for the USL playoffs, and I'm from friends who I've talked with, and I'm kind of interested to see what you hear.
Yeah.
What you think about this? The first one I don't think is too crazy. Is once you get to the playoffs, conferences don't matter. It's just by record, by points.
Okay.
So that one I don't see too crazy. This next one I think is a little gimmicky, but I can see an argument for it, and it could kind of work to the whole. Okay, well, I'm a few seconds behind, so I got to see.
Sorry.
Damn.
Here comes the shot. What?
I see it. Okay.
Wonderful play into the box. Wonderful pass over. Arteaga has a great one-on-one attempt. Just puts it straight on the net, and then it gets pushed over.
All right. Well, they show the replay. Let me just quickly finish it up. So going back to the whole make the winning the regular season title mean something.
Yeah.
There's one person I talked to suggested, what if winning the regular season meant you go straight to the final and then the playoff is who plays you? It sounds gimmicky.
Yeah.
But the whole making mean something, that's the only reason I can be like, okay, I can maybe hear a discussion for that.
No, I mean, look, I get it. I mean, this is what we do in America. You play a playoff. You play a playoff. And so, like, if you win the league, you get maybe a bye or whatever. I mean, I get it. I mean, I do like the conferences don't matter thing. Like, I'm with you. I do like just saying, okay, we're going to put X amount of teams in a tournament, and then we're just going to, like, seed them by points, you know? Yeah. Like, I'm okay with that, because then you get some weird things. You'd get some weird things like the 8th spot in the West would play the first spot in the East if they have the least amount of points or whatever, you know? Like, like, I'm okay with that. I also think you'd maybe limit the amount of playoff spots if you were going to do that, because then it's like, well, then, I mean, then why are we West-East anyway if it doesn't matter in the playoffs? Because, like, why don't we just go one table and everyone plays each other twice? You know, which I'm cool with too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's, like, I believe in, well, there's like a country like in Colombia, they have a playoff system. Like, I mean, they have I think it's like the first 8 teams or 9 or 10 teams. 8 teams. Yeah, it's the first 8 teams in the table. After like the last game of the season, the ones who remain in those top 8 spots, like they get divided into 2 different, like in Group A and then a Group B.
I like that. Yeah.
And then, like, since they get, then what happens is, like, they play against each other. Like, Group A gets decided, right? And then the team that comes into first place of Group A will play the first place of Group B, and then they make a championship out of that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Because and I know, Nick, you got to get out of here, buddy. So we'll say bye to you, my man. Nick, thank you for showing up.
All right.
Make sure you check out Nick Porcelli, who is a sometimes on the Rowdies podcast, but definitely is writing every week for the Lightning podcast. Check us out. But Nick, you're a Rowdies fan through and through. We love you, buddy. Thank you for toughing it out with COVID, man. All right. Take it easy.
All right,
B&B.
Thank you, guys. See you.
Yeah.
All right, we're out of here. All right, yeah, get him out of here. It's just you and me. So what I do like though about, because see, we were talking about, like, what does the USL look like in the future? If there may be a D1 or if there's a pro rel or something in America. And I was thinking, it wouldn't be so bad if you had, and because the main problem that I have with ProRel that I do accept, I do accept the problem with ProRel in America is that team owners won't want to like put all this money to get into a league and then be like, oh, you can lose your major league spot or something, right? Yeah. So I think that is a problem that America just will have to change.
Yeah.
So there will be an Americanization of it. Now what I think is okay, I think there's a way, right, that we can say, okay, there's a top flight, and the top flight is these 20 teams, we'll say, okay?
Yeah.
And then what you're saying is what I like is that, and some women's leagues do this, is they say, this is the top flight. And maybe you do have ProRel down here where you're like, okay, there is a second division that does one team gets promoted to and one team loses. It's kind of like, well, then don't lose. Don't be the last team out of 20 teams, and you won't get promoted. Well, but if you're one of the 20 teams, any of the 20 teams, we're going to play our first half of the season, and you're gonna separate at some point, half and half, and these 10 teams are the champion. Like these 10 teams now will play each other twice. And the winner is the champion. And then these 10 teams are basically trying to not get relegated. or maybe there's a draft.
Yeah,
like if you're the 11th team, you get a draft pick, or there's a like basically you don't want to be the loser because you won't be in the league anymore, but you want to win because there will be some sort of or maybe you say if you're the loser of Group A, you're the very last person on Group A that like there's some sort of like thing that you get to play the first person in Group B, and there's some sort of like prize or whatever. But
no, that's okay. No, what happens, you're like sometimes like like in Europe it's more direct. You know what I'm saying? You in England, like if you're, for example, like Norwich City, they went up to the Premier League and then they immediately dropped down. I mean,
I'm a Luton Town fan, and I know the deal.
Yeah, Luton Town the same. You know what I mean? Like, but for example, like in South America, there are some countries that have like a system where, pretty much they have it's like a point system. How can I say this? Like, let's say, like in Colombia, how can I say it? Like in Colombia, I know because my family's from Colombia, from a mom's side, and they have a system where pretty much, and this includes all the teams from the first division and even like the first division, where the teams that are how can I explain this? Every team, it depends how they perform. Okay. If they perform amazing, like, let's say 3 or 4, consecutive seasons, then they're not going to be in danger of getting relegated. But let's say you're a team that you're playing horrible, like not just one tournament. Let's play like 1, 2, 3, 4 tournaments. Your average percentage is very, very low compared to other teams. That means you can get relegated. I mean, if you don't better yourself, like, because you can get in danger.
Score, like your average position in the table or something, or like.
I know. I believe it. I don't know how it works 100%. I believe it works. I think it's with wins. I mean, obviously, depending on if you're not winning, like an example is a team called América de Cali. Like they were relegated. They're a huge team in South America, in Colombia as well. They have a massive following, and they were back in 2000. I think it was like 2011. 2000. They were relegated from the top flight down to the second flight. because it's just like for many years they were doing bad. I mean, they weren't doing horrible, but there were something they were in the playoffs, but it was just like their overall performance was not good at all. And then there was they dropped down to second division, and it took them about 5 years to get back up to the first division. I mean, it took them for a long time. And you know, sometimes there are some seasons that countries in South America that they use like that type of a system. You know, I don't know. Some people, I guess that could be a little bit confusing if you're not used to it, right? But you know, maybe I like promotion relegation because I don't like to see teams, for example, in second division soccer in the U.S. go on a hiatus, which means like, hey, you know, they're on hiatus, which they're not going to play. You know, you're killing a fan base, to be honest with you, because they can't see the product on the field. You know,
yeah. So that's because that's the big thing. Like, I'll step in to say, like, I'm trying to devil's advocate for people that don't like pro rel. Is that they'll say things like, okay, so I paid all this money and I'm in MLS or USL Championship or whatever.
Yeah,
I paid all this money, and now you're telling me that like I could be in League One, like if I don't win enough. And it's like,
yeah,
over in Europe, it's like, yeah, you got to win. You have to, you win and you go up. You lose, you go down. Guess what, buddy?
Yeah.
Don't lose if you don't want to.
Exactly.
And I'm with you on that. But the way that the system is already set up, USL Championship has a path to make that a reality. I still think that that's a 10 to 15 year like journey. Because say if USL wanted to say they're going to be League One, Division One, right now, it's not possible. Like, so, but if USL told all these teams like Tampa Bay or Louisville or Detroit or whatever, and you said, hey, you need soccer specific stadiums that meet Division One standards. And then we need to build them. So if you, even if right now we said, okay, this is what we're doing, the plan is to go Division One. You're going to have all those clubs build those stadiums that are Division One quality, and then hope that MLS doesn't come in to a Detroit or to Tampa Bay and say, oh, hey, now that you have these D1 stadiums, okay, you guys could be MLS right now. You just got to join our closed system, you know. Now, but USL Championship does have a unique opportunity to get Pittsburgh and Detroit and Tampa Bay and Louisville and all these people onto Division One ready stadiums, or expand into those. John Morrissey of USL Tactics, he had a pretty good article kind of breaking this all down. And at the end of it, he said it's not likely that this will happen, but I did see the point that he was making, that at least 10 of these teams right now could or have had plans to go to a D1 style stadium. So and I think that if you even if you wanted to do it, it's still such a long way. Like even in Tampa Bay, we'll keep it specific to the Rowdies. Either you're going to have to now have a long-term commitment at Al Lang, you know, to say like, okay, Al Lang will still be a stadium in 10 years, let alone we're going to expand it into the 18,000 or what. I off the top of my head, I'm sorry, it's 12:36 in the morning right now, so I'm trying to remember if it's 15 or 18K. I think it's 18. All right,
it's 18. I heard it's 18K.
Okay, so we'll just say it's 18, right? It's under 20, around 20. So you're saying, okay, if we need to get Al Lang from 7,500 seats or capacity to 18,000, we're gonna have to either build a bigger Al Lang, or maybe there's some stuff in Tampa that they can do. We will not get into that conversation right now at 12:37 in the morning. Okay. But even if they from right now had that plan, that still would not be in existence for another 5 to 7 years. So So we're a ways away from pro rel in USL.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like to me personally, you know, I'm honestly hoping like OKC Energy come back soon. You know what I mean?
They
Like
will.
I know they're
I
having
think they're coming back. They have a stadium and everything.
yeah. So because these are markets that are important, man, to grow the game of soccer in this country.
That was a
That's
foul.
something that I love about the USL in general. Like, they're going into markets. Like for example, they're in markets or they're going into markets that MLS honestly would not have even looked into. MLS never thought maybe that the city of Louisville can have a team, or even
Yeah.
Phoenix, or even Memphis, for example. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so happy that the state of Rhode Island, man. They're Rhode Island FC. They're
Yeah.
they're
I love
doing
it.
this whole project that it's just obviously England as a country is and Germany in general, they're so much smaller in size, and you can't tell me that there are small cities over there, towns over there that have professional soccer teams, and we can't. How are
Right.
you going to judge that here? You can't judge, man. It's not right. Like, I want soccer everywhere. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, I do. Like, the soccer in this country is like one of the most participating sports by the youth, and people
Yeah.
are always playing soccer. I mean, you go drive around in any state and you're going to see fields of people playing soccer, 5v5 or 11v11 or 7v7. People are always playing, and it's yeah, I agree. Even if for example, like I know there's new teams that are emerging that are going to be coming into USL sooner or later. Like in Milwaukee and Des Moines, Iowa, and stuff. Because I read about it, and they're building stadiums that can be like about 10,000 seats, which is not bad. I mean, it's not bad of a size at all. You know what I mean? Like,
Let's go.
and plus a lot of time, and like for example, Union Omaha, and you're all good. I'm seeing the same thing. Union Omaha, in USL League One. Come on. Oh my
Crossbar.
God. That
Crossbar.
hit
Nate
that
Worth, so since we've been talking about the thing, Nate Worth has come on. We had a good defensive stop, and then we've come around on the backside, and Arteaga fed the ball into Jennings, who kicked it, and it goes off of the crossbar. The absolute best attempt that we've had all night.
Yes, I agree.
And then
100%.
Phoenix then turns around about a 30 seconds later. You're just about to see this on your stream. That Farr is out of net again, and Azokar tries to make it sweet with a kick right over his head, but it goes wide.
Yeah. I mean, that's an example right there. The stadium right there in Phoenix.
Yeah.
They have famous people that are with a lot of money, and they can put another ring around that stadium and put that MLS. I mean, I'm not sure if they will do, but I bet they can. You know what I'm saying? They can, put it bigger. Like it's just something I'll say again, like USL has done an amazing job with that. To be honest with you, because I'm glad I have professional soccer where I can go to a stadium and live it. Because, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the area of Tampa Bay, I recommend you going to a Tampa Bay Rowdies game. You know what I'm saying? Like, for
God.
real.
Yeah.
I recommend it 100%. You're on the water. The atmosphere. Skyway Casuals, Ralph's Mob, the flags, the pyro, I mean, everything, the chants. I mean, it's electric. I mean, it's a very unique atmosphere, to be honest with you. Like, that's something that I love about US right here. Even like behind Jordan Farr, like the fan base of Phoenix Rising right there. They have flags, they have pyro. I mean, it's amazing. Like I find it. I sometimes see the atmosphere here in. I've never been to a game in England. I've never been. It must be electric. But I don't ever see the English with flags and pyro and stuff like that. Well, Liverpool's different. Liverpool, they have those big
I
flags
don't know
and stuff,
about
and they
that, big
sing
guy.
and sing. But like
They get
that's
crazy,
pretty
dude.
much it.
They're
But like like honestly, like here in the U.S., like we have smoke bombs and stuff like that. Like I mean, there's a lot of tribalism in England. I mean, the derbies and like Millwall and West Ham, Liverpool, Manchester United, Manchester City, Manchester United, they're electric. Don't get me wrong, but you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, there's a lot of security. There's a lot of police when there's a big derby. Like if Millwall plays West Ham, forget about it. There's so much security. There's so much police.
Well,
but I mean, like this is an example right here. You're not gonna see this type of fan fanaticism right here. Like, look at them. They have
I love it. I said it right before you got on. Like, I love the Phoenix fan base. I think that Phoenix is like they're one of the handful of like top fan bases in the USL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I think we're kind of twins between us and Phoenix. I think we're like similarly sized cities. We love our teams.
Yeah.
Like, so I dig it. We're two sides of the same coin. I dig it. I got nothing bad to say about Phoenix fans.
And MLS, you know something? Like, we have great fan bases here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The stadium, you're not if we had a promotional relegation system in this country, look at how we, like Phoenix, they can pack a stadium. The Rowdies can pack their stadium at Al Lang. Right. Yes, it'll be, like Louisville City have a tremendous stadium. You know what I'm saying? Like, it will be packed.
These kids are getting it.
Exactly. And look at they have jerseys on. When you go to a Rowdies game, look at this. Jerseys, you know what I'm saying? Hats.
Yes.
We have passion here. You know what I'm saying? Like MLS is not going to be playing in front of an empty stadium. That if they think like, oh, there's going to be nobody going to LA Galaxy games if they drop. I don't think that would happen. To be honest with you, I think
that's a good question. That's a good question. Do you think so? So say Tampa Bay, right, gets to be an MLS team, and then we're doing Pro Rel, and then because look, this is a thing. When you talk to people, when they see that crest on your shirt, and they go, Tampa Bay Rowdies, like the 70s, I remember them, and you're like, they're still playing, like they still are here.
Really? Yeah, I know what you mean.
So with that, and they go, or if you say, we have soccer in Tampa Bay, and they go, or do they play in MLS? Is usually one of the first few questions. Exactly. So let's just say that it works out. That's a foul, but he's calling it in. Oh my God, sorry. They're calling advantage. Phoenix is on the move. This is a dangerous move here.
Oh, that is.
And Farr makes a save. Sorry, I had to stop for that. That's a dangerous one. It's still dangerous. Right outside the box, though.
Oh man.
I'll get to my point in just a second.
No, you're all good. I know what you mean. Hey, it's about what,
My heart rate is, if I could stick my heart monitor on the screen, it would be like 8,000 beats per minute right now.
That's something that's very cool of the Sacramento Republic, where their stadium is like Health something stadium, and they have they check people's pulse. Yeah. And their heart, just to make sure that they're good.
No, they'd kick me out. They'd be like, "You're a liability, dude. You're out of here, brother." Like, we love you, Eureka, but you gotta go, brother. You gotta. Well, I always have to contain myself in the press box because, like, I love the Rowdies, right? I love the Rowdies, and so like I've been caught in the press box, like, like, or I'm so trying to keep it under my breath, but like,
Yeah.
they know,
Yeah.
and like,
Yeah.
whatever. Hey man, that's what we do, brother. It's RBLR, man. We bring the passion. All right, so
RBLR Deportes.
era deportes. We bring the pasión, la ganas,
Exactly, man.
we,
You want, hey, ladies and gentlemen, you want amazing content in English? This is
Let's
where
go.
you go. You want amazing content in Espanol?
Let's go.
Then let's go.
Let's go.
You know what I mean?
So to get back to my point, all right. So Santiago,
Mhm.
do you think? Let's just say, in all the good ways, we have a top flight MLS or whatever,
Mhm.
and the Rowdies are part of it, and then they get relegated. Do you think that this is one of the areas that is basically relegation proof? If they go up, if they go down, if they go whatever, that we would have the fan base to stick around.
Yeah, I believe we are one of the strongest. We have one of the strongest fan bases, in U.S. soccer. To be honest with you, I believe so. Like people in this area. I mean, like this is an example, bro. We used the Rowdies in the '70s because that's what people always say. Like, oh, in '75 when they used to play in old Tampa Stadium in the Sombrero in front of 50,000 people. I mean, even when Pele and stuff. The Rowdies left. In 2010, they came back. Tampa Bay, they came back. They weren't able to use like the name in that first season because of issues with like the naming rights. So they had FC Tampa Bay. And when you go to Rowdies games, there are some people that will have that jersey, FC Tampa Bay, with the green and gold.
Right.
And it's just Al Lang's always packed, bro. Like there's people that have been a Rowdies fan since the '70s here. I mean, like it's deep. It's the root to deep.
They shouted out one of the original people that like gave the Rowdies their name was at Al Lang.
Exactly. Yes, he was the guy that came up with the name Rowdies. That's what I read. It came up with the name Rowdies because here in the U.S. when they have a city, like in the NHL, Utah's gonna have a new NHL team and they're gonna do like a naming thing about like choose a name for the team. They weren't able to do it for this first season, but they will do it for the years after.
Yeah.
You're
gonna be like the Yeti or something like that.
Maybe, right?
But are they going to be Utah Hockey Club or something like that right now?
Yeah, something like that.
It's okay.
I feel a goal right now, bro.
I went through that with the Avalanche as a kid.
Yeah.
We didn't know we were going to name the team. They were almost the Rocky Mountain Extreme. That was a actual contender.
Option.
They were gonna the Rocky Mountain X with an X. The Rocky Mountain Extreme.
Extreme.
Yeah, like it's Vince McMahon naming teams in the 2001 XFL.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna do the impression. That guy. I'm not.
No. Oh, that's a handball. Yes, that's a handball, and he knows it. Wow.
Let's go.
Did they call it? Unless he was protecting his face.
We got a corner. Your Carvana corner kick.
Carvana. Yeah, right.
Is it Carvana? Your Carvana corner kick.
Carvana corner kick. Yeah, it's right there on the screen. Carvana corner kick.
Oh, the ref. It hit the ref.
Really?
Wait, what?
Huh?
The guy kicked the ball and it hit the ref, and then he said it goes the other way.
Oh.
Okay, wait, we're stopping. This is what a ref is supposed to do when there's confusion about who's got the ball right now. Monterey Bay.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so we're going to have a number of substitutes come in. We've got Leo Fernandez. We've got Christian Ortiz, fresh off the U20 Dominican Republic Selección. And he was on the RBLR Rowdies podcast this week. And Zane Bub, all coming in. Perez, Jennings, Manjoma out. Fernandez, Ortiz, and Bub in.
Yeah.
We got to get what was funny is Christian Ortiz asked by us if he speaks Spanish. He says, because
no.
I was rubbing my hands, being like, "Era deportes," and he was like, "No, I don't speak Spanish." And then
No, James
was like,
says
"Yeah,
I use RBLR.
I use era deportes to help me with my español." Hell yeah.
Soy el teacher, el profesor. You know what I mean?
Profesor Pombo.
This is right. You know what I'm saying?
Los maestro Pombo.
Oh my gosh. What's going on here? Let's go, guys. Let's go. Oh, he almost
What's
Damien
good is
Rivera
we've
almost
been on the attack these last 10 minutes. We've been working the box because it's been Phoenix pretty much owning the possession the last 60 minutes of this game.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, to me personally, bro, like like I wouldn't want to see, honestly, even though nobody cares about Miami FC in Miami, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to see Miami FC go under, you know what I mean? I wouldn't want to, because that's just another team. Yeah, Inter Miami, because of Messi, is so popular now, you know what I mean? All over the world, but
you would think Miami's big enough for two clubs, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, like, for example, Madrid, you have Atletico Madrid, you have Real Madrid, you know what I'm saying? Like, two big clubs, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey.
Yeah, I think Miami's big enough for two clubs. Oh, saved by far. Let's go. Oh. Santiago, please. There's your boy Angel.
Yeah. Bro, like, I didn't know that he was going to be playing, you know what I mean, like this, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, wow, that's unbelievable,
Another save by Jordan.
He's, wow. I wonder if his father, Juan Pablo Angel, maybe he's at the game. I wonder if he's at the game. Maybe, right?
Well, speaking of Miami FC, man, it really is a surprise to me if they continue to be a USL team.
Yeah, I mean, like, I wouldn't want them to go under, bro. It's just, yes, Messi is the most famous, other than Cristiano Ronaldo,
Right.
the two GOATs, you know what I mean, of professional soccer. Like, people are gonna say, oh, Messi's way better than Ronaldo, and obviously Messi has something that Ronaldo doesn't have, it's just including a World Cup, and then but they all both have had Champions Leagues, Ballon d'Or, you know what I mean? Like, they've had many different things, you know what I mean? But, like, obviously Messi has the World Cup. So technically he is better than Ronaldo, because they're both beasts. And like, if Ronaldo ever was like, hey, let me go play for Miami FC, like, of course people are gonna be like, hey, like, oh my god, like, Miami, all the Messi haters, they're gonna be like, I'm gonna get myself a Miami FC jersey with Ronaldo on the back. You know what I'm saying?
It's not gonna happen, brother.
I know it's not gonna happen.
America, my guy. He's not coming to America.
Oh no, he's not coming to America. No. But I'm just saying, like,
he has some court cases to kind of figure out before he comes to America,
right?
Yeah, not gonna happen, brother.
This, oh man, but it's I honestly believe, bro, that the USL is here to stay, bro. I think they're gonna be here for a long time, to be honest with you.
We're hoping.
You know what I mean? There's I believe so, dude. There's just I don't think everybody's just gonna jump to MLS to no. People always ask me that question. When do I see the Rowdies ever go into MLS? Like, I don't know. I don't. If the Rowdies ever move to MLS, would I follow the team? Yes, because I mean, I live in Tampa Bay, and then I love soccer. I love this, my favorite sport. Yeah. But if they didn't move to MLS, well, they didn't move to MLS. I wouldn't care. You know what I mean? I really wouldn't. Like, I would I still go to Al Lang. I still go to the games. I buy jerseys. I have the hats. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
you know, like I even said in the podcast in the Portis episode, Phoenix Rising is an example that they're one of the pillar teams here, in the USL. I mean, like they have a fantastic fan base. Louisville City, the same thing. As an example, like Charleston Battery, man. Charleston Battery have been around for about 30 years now, bro, and they've never went up to MLS. They've always played lower division soccer, and like Pittsburgh Riverhounds, we have a lot of
5 minutes of added time now.
Teams. Let's do something, baby. Let's do it.
So we're 0-0,
Mm-hmm.
91st minute.
Yeah.
Who's your player of the game so far? If you're in this chat too, like for all of you watching, like let's hear it. Who's your player? You're watching us on Twitter. You're watching us on YouTube. You're watching us on Instagram. What's your player? Who's your player of the game? Who's your man of the match right now?
Man of the match? Man, like
Jordan. I have a decision.
Yeah, what's your decision?
Well, you tell me first, brother.
I would say Jordan Farr, man.
I agree. That is my man of the match right now.
Right now, you know what I mean? Like
he's the man.
He's the man, dude. Like for real. Like
this could have been an embarrassing. I mean, like, for whatever reason, we just haven't been able to. I mean, we've in the last 15 minutes, we've been able to create some problems, but it just hasn't. I mean, again, it's one of those things where it just hasn't created goals.
Yeah, I know.
I sort of joked about it in the first half where it's like, okay, this is gonna be one of those games where it's 0-0, 1-1, where it's like, or whatever. We create all these chances, we create all these problems, and then we don't score the goal because the other team scores the one goal. And I'm really hopeful that this isn't what that's going to be, but it doesn't look like we're going to score. If there is a goal, it doesn't look like we're going to score it. I really hope I'm wrong about that. I really hope I'm wrong about that.
I want us to score. Come on, guys.
We gotta get one, bro. I mean, let's do it.
Let's cause something and get a penalty against a penalty.
Clear it. All right. Whew. All right.
That was
Gian did with a great job clearing that out.
Yeah, we've been playing a lot of defense this game, to be honest with you. Like they've been attacking. Like
look, I'm trying to come up with my summation of thoughts. But if this result holds for the next minute or two, then this is now 6 straight unbeaten, and now 8 of 9 unbeaten, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know this. I don't know the stat. I mean, I know we've been. Oh, come on, man. Come on. God. Oosh. Get it out of there. Get it out of there. No.
It's a crossbar. Bicycle kick. Oh my God. That is a
Oof.
That is a heart stopper, buddy.
Yeah. Man, Nate Worth, man, he's a player that unbelievable, the heart that kid has, man. Like He goes in there and he puts his body on the line, bro. Like, it's unbelievable. Wow, that went over. That wasn't. Come on, boys.
Phoenix just got a yellow on their bench. We're now 96th minute. It's supposed to only be 5 minutes of added time. We have a Phoenix corner kick.
Exactly.
We need to make one more stop, guys.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Come on,
we
boys.
Unfortunately have not been very good with set piece defense. We need to make one more stop and get the point.
Mm-hmm.
Farr grabs it off the corner, looking for route one, kicks it to the midfield. I'm waiting for a I'm trying not to do play-by-play, but we've now got the ball on our offensive side. Wyke tries to clear it, waiting for the whistle should come any second now. And there it is. Tampa Bay Rowdies end up with a 0-0 draw against Phoenix Rising. It now becomes 6 straight unbeaten for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. I'm trying to sum up my thoughts into one thing for the tweet now, but basically that's how I feel about this game. We had some offensive chances. We could not put the ball in the net, but it was, other than that, it was a pretty equal match against a very feisty and physically demanding Phoenix Rising. What else? How would you sum up this game?
Man, we had to play. Yeah, we had. I mean, we had little chances. You know what I mean, to score. To be honest with you, but it was. You know, from the start of the match, man. When I said in the beginning, like when I first got onto here, like when I saw Joshua Perez like just collide with Charlie Dennis, like that was a hard hit, right? You know, I'm like, and they've been going at it, you know, throughout the game. So, you know, Phoenix was attacking a lot, bro. Like, I mean, you know, I'm glad those goals were off. Those 2 goals that the ball went in the net, but it was offsides. I'm glad it was offsides, you know, because if not, we would have lost this game 2-0 with that being, you know, like. So I mean, hey, point is a point. You know, I mean, this road trip, we got point in Monterey, which should have been 3 in Monterey Bay, but now we have a point here. We didn't go empty-handed, which is important, you know. And then now at home, we have to win against Loudoun because, you know, recently, you know, not too far long ago to the season, we played up there in Virginia, up in Loudoun Stadium. We lost 2-0. So it's like we have to win. We have to win at home. We really do. Come on, you Rowdies.
The thing is, so James and Carlos and I all predicted wins.
I did too.
I predicted a clean sheet. I believe Carlos also predicted a 3-0 clean sheet. I think. Well, I guess I have it right here. Boom. I predicted 2-0. James said 3-1. Carlos said 3-0. What do you think was the biggest difference between what we thought would happen and what did happen as we wrap up here on our watch along?
It can be many things, man. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe the travel. You know what I mean? Like it's you know, I mean, yes, here in Florida we have humidity. Don't get me wrong, we do. Maybe. Sure. I've never been to Arizona. I've never been to Phoenix. I don't know the weather there.
It was 40% humidity right now. 95 degrees at and it's 8 p.m. or whatever, 9 p.m.
Yeah. Well, look at that. That's huge right there also. You know what I mean? Like here in Florida, when it rains or something, it's very breezy. Sometimes it could be very humid. Yes, don't get me wrong. But it could be breezy. It could be cool. You know what I mean? It could be in the 80s. It could be, you know, like, you know, in that night at Al Lang, it could be humid, yeah, but it's but that's 95 degrees. That's not easy to play in. That's not easy at all to play in. But I just believe that we were defending way too much. That's what I believe, bro. Like, we were defending way too much. Like, they just showed like a header attempt by Arteaga right there.
Yeah.
And then that shot by Arteaga as well. You know what I mean? But that was pretty much it. Like, Jordan Farr had a busy night tonight. And, that one right there by Cal Jennings, obviously hitting hitting underneath the crossbar. Like, Jennings he was silent tonight. I didn't see much of him, like he was working his ass off, but
unfortunately. Let's just see. While we get here, let me run over to FOTMob real quick and see how they scored this game.
Possession right there for Phoenix Rising, 61.9%.
So
we had a 38.1%.
Absolutely. If you look at possession, Phoenix owned it. Shots were 15 to 12, but that's kind of equal, except that Phoenix is a little bit more. 4 shots on target for Phoenix versus 2 for the Rowdies. 3 big chances by FOTMob. It says 3 big chances. I don't know if there was more than maybe one that I would say there was one. The one that hit the crossbar was the absolute big chance.
Yeah.
Whatever. We had 7 corner kicks according to FOTMob that we could have converted into something, but we didn't. But if you look at a solid defensive effort by the Rowdies, even if you're just looking statistically, but without a doubt, Jordan Farr is the man of the match for both teams. I think he 4 saves on goal, 4 saves, and we've seen they were all they weren't just little ticky-tack saves. They were monumental opportunities that any one of them would have been a backbreaker against for Phoenix against us. I think that Doherty scored really well for FOTMob. Kleeman, unfortunately, was substandard according to FOTMob. Guillen did a good job. Chrysostamo, who did get a yellow card in this game, but he and Hilton both had solid games. And then you had, according to FOTMob, you had underwhelming games from Jennings, Arteaga, and Perez, but also I would agree that they just weren't able to create much other than maybe 1 or 2 really solid chances. On the flip side for Phoenix, Novo, again, Rocco Rios Novo is always a killer against us. He is a very young but awesome Argentinian goalkeeper who always kills us in the last few years. Wyke had a very good game against his former team. Dennis, not so much. He got subbed off in the 80th minute, but he had a yellow card, and he just didn't really do much in this game. Zambrano, but Angel, the guy you brought up, Angel had a phenomenal game against us today.
Yeah, man. Like, I guess it's in the blood, bro. His father was a beast, bro. Like, his father played at River Plate in Argentina. His father, bro, so before I even said it in today's show, like his father, when his father was signed to Red Bull. New York Red Bulls, they still played at Giant Stadium, the old Giant Stadium. Now, it wasn't even MetLife; it was the old Giant Stadium, the Giant Stadium that I got to know when I was younger, and I lived up north, and I would go to soccer games with my dad, and Juan Pablo Angel is a beast, bro. I saw like on FOTMob. They show like who the teams he's played for and stuff like that. Like, he started off in Atlético Nacional in Colombia, in Medellin. They're the most famous. They're the team with they have 2 Libertadores. They have the most championships in Colombia with league titles. They have 16. I believe it's 16. And he was playing for them. And then he came to the U.S. I don't know. I believe he went to I don't know if he went to LAFC directly, but then he came to like the USL. I don't know, but I didn't. I mean, it's in the blood. I just didn't know that he was going to have this really good of a performance. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a very good. And one more thing. Congratulations to the U.S. women's national team.
Gold
for
medals.
Gold medal. You know what I mean? 1-0 versus Brazil. They're putting it here on.
Phenomenal.
You know what I mean? You know, for example, like when I see the women win, like I want the men to win, but
Right.
the men, like man, that's why I believe. You know, I don't know. I hope we get a good coach. I mean, they're doing the search. I heard like Pochettino is going to be.
I'm available, Santiago. I'm
know,
available, dude. I'd
You're
do it.
available. I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Pay me $4 million. I'll do it.
I'll take 2. I'm not greedy. I'm not greedy
3.5.
like you, Santiago. I'll take $2 million.
3.5.
It's a deal. Shake your hand.
Shake your hand. 3.5. Not 4. 4 is too much. 3.5.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was gonna say, we'll wrap it. Let's bring it into Rowdies and we'll wrap it up.
Okay.
It is 6 straight unbeaten, so I think you can hang your head on that, knowing that that there's that. We stay in 3rd position in the East.
Yeah.
We have Loudoun United coming to Al Lang next week, I believe. So you're in a good position to keep it moving, but do you feel that this was a game that we should have won, could have won, but ended up with a draw? Or are you happy with the point is a point? Are you like, how do you feel coming out of this?
No, I mean, and when I was seeing before the game started, right, and I even said it in the episode that I did today for the Portes. You know, we're 3rd place in our division in the East. They're 9th place. You know, they're not even in a playoff spot. You know, there's no excuse for us to not even win this game. Yeah. There's no excuse. Yeah, you know, they have good players, but I mean, they had more possession than we had. Yes, I don't know what was going down, you know, but we should have done a better job with, you know, having more possession and you know, and having more attempts on net. You know, that's what we should do. We should have had. You know, we didn't do it. Yeah. You know, a point's a point, and hey, we have to get 3 points next week. We better get 3 points here, but I believe we will, because the stadium's going to be packed. You know, our fans are going to demand it. You know, like, yeah, man, 3 points, bro. 3 points. We need 3 points next week. We cannot tie or lose to Loudoun. No way, man. Yeah. It's our stadium. Yeah. We have to protect our house for reals.
I think that Phoenix was going to be a tough battle. Like the other guys said, oh, we're going to put three goals in the net against them, and that's why I had a 2-0 win. But I kind of felt like we were the better team. We started off stronger. We kind of let them back in the game in the middle. We gave it one final good push. All in all, though, I don't think Phoenix was a better team or an equal team. I mean, on this night, they were an equal team. On this night, they played equally as good as the Rowdies. On this night, if you don't even think about expectations from the result that happened, I think we earned it. We earned a 0-0 draw. We didn't have quite enough on offense, but we had a wonderful defensive. This is what I want to say is defensively, we were very, very good. Defensively, I have zero qualms, zero problems. I don't think we got off lucky. I don't think we should have lost that game. Based on our defensive effort, we should not have lost that game. Yeah, it's just that our offensive output was less than desired, was less than expected, and so you did so well on defense so well on defense that you should have turned that into at least one or two more opportunities. And they did get some opportunities, but they weren't efficient enough. And look, if I had the button to score more goals, I would hit it. But I think
trust me too.
I think they earned the 0-0 draw.
Yeah.
It didn't meet expectations going into it, but oh well. What I think that Rowdies fans, I think that everyone watching tonight, whether you're on Instagram or whether you're on Twitter or whether you're on YouTube, I think that you should be very happy with the defensive output that the Rowdies had. I think that you should, light a candle, cross your fingers, do your dance, whatever you need to do for the offense next week, where we should beat Loudoun United. But if we get 3 against Loudoun, it will make this and the Monterey Bay game feel a little bit more digestible.
Yeah,
because
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. Because that, like I said before, the Monterey Bay FC game, man, we should have won that game.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at our Instagram, Gym Class Hero says should have won tonight, just not good enough playing like this on the road, and I mean, in some ways, like I don't really think in this particular game there was a moment that I would say, oh, we had it gift wrapped right in front of us and we didn't take advantage of it. I mean, the one is the Manuel Arteaga one-on-one, has a shot and puts it right in the middle, and the goalkeeper just has to like knock it over the net. But even that was like a split-second decision from the goalkeeper to make a really good. Rios Novo is a good goalkeeper, okay? And so I think we have to keep that in mind, is that there have been games earlier this year that we've had 6 and 7 attempts on goal that are just like, you should have put that in the net. Tonight was not one of those nights. We hit a crossbar twice, but other than that, there wasn't just so many chances. This wasn't a game that we just had these overwhelming, amazing chances that like, it went left, it went right, it went above, it got saved. Yeah. This was not one of those games. We needed to be efficient. We needed to be a hitman to score. We needed a Nate Worth in the top 90 all world kind of goal tonight, and it just wasn't there. But to be fair to the Rowdies, they did a masterful job on defense. So it kind of evens out and it gets you a 0-0 draw. So I'm not excited about it, although it is 6 straight unbeaten. I'm not. I just feel like we got what we deserved. I feel the exact level of pain and pleasure. I feel like 0-0 is right there, not up, not down, and I think that's how I feel. I feel like we earned the result. So, but that's why Jordan Farr was my man of the match, and you said him earlier too. So,
yeah, man, that's what it is, bro. Like, why do we love the Lightning? Because they have great players like Vasilevsky, bro. You know what I mean?
All right. Well,
why do we love the Rowdies? Because we have great players, and one of them is Jordan Farr. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a beast, bro. He's a beast.
My last soldier down. Santiago, thank you for joining me tonight on this watch along. This is a phenomenal experience. We're gonna have to plan this. This was all unplanned. We sort of had no idea, no plan, no whatever. But Nick Porcelli, shout out to Nick, showed up even though he's sick and on vacation, he showed up for you guys. Santiago Pombo, the man, the myth, the legend of Erabe Era Deportes, and my amigo, your amigo too. Brother, thank you for joining me. We're gonna have to figure one of these out. We're gonna have to plan one of these where you came on the last minute, so you're the man. You are the man.
Right.
But we're gonna have to figure out. We're gonna have to maybe plan this and promote this, and to all of you watching and listening, to all of you. Thank you. You on Instagram that have been dropping stuff we got one more question. We'll ask one more question before I do the final thing because I want to encourage this, guys. I want to encourage, if you have questions, if you have comments, if you have concerns, we are here for you. We love the Rowdies just like you do. Our guy Gym Class Hero, love Rivera, but do you guys feel like Manjoma should have been the one subbed out? I mean, no, because Manjoma is in my opinion, Manjoma is the more defensive-minded of the game, and so what you're doing is Nyangabire wasn't creating the crosses we would want from that side of the field. He's not a dynamic. I mean, with all due respect, he isn't a dynamic playmaker that would be able to be forced into a more forward position. He wasn't creating chances, and so you bring on Rivera, who is another offensive threat in the box. If you're able to create, we said this at halftime, if you're able to create more from Crisostomo and Hilton, and Perez, who are sort of your like playmakers from the midfield that are trying to bring up into, you're giving them another piece in Rivera where Nyangabire isn't that threat, and he's also sort of not creating in the midfield for at that point it was Jennings and Arteaga. So bringing on Rivera, now you've basically said, okay, we're going to let the people that are creating chances in Hilton Crisostomo, we're going to let them create chances for now 3 people up in a forward position versus a 5 in the midfield. Santiago, do you have a different opinion than that? Where am I missing something on that one?
Nah, man, I believe, hey, Damien Rivera, last couple of games, man, like he didn't score in the game between Monterey Bay, but previous to that against Charleston, he's a beast, man. Like he scored that amazing 4th goal at Aoang that erupted the whole stadium, and previous to that he scored as well, So, I mean, you bring Rivera on to create more opportunity to score. You know what I mean? And I believe that with Arteaga, Rivera, and even, Cal Jennings, right there, that we should have had, some more attempts on goal. You know what I mean? We should have had that. It was rough, but, congratulations, Jordan Farr and the boys in the defense, and, keeping the clean sheet. Even though 0-0, but clean sheet out of our net.
It's a clean sheet. It's a clean sheet. I'm with you. I'm with you, brother.
Like it's a point. I know, Rowdies Nation. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. And hey, when you just hit like and subscribe, suscríbense, dale like y suscríbense.
Dale like y suscríbense.
Y para mi gente que habla español, tenemos canal en deportes, suscríbense, venga, let's go, come on, you Rowdies.
Brother, I couldn't have said it any better. So for all of you, thank you so much. Yeah, it is 1:26 a.m. on the Eastern Coast. Thank you for all of you that are on Instagram. Thank you for all of you that are on Twitter. Thank you for all of you that are on our YouTube channel. Guys, if this is your first time, thank you. Welcome in. Welcome to the family. Welcome into what we do. We do this every single week on every sport. If you love anything about Tampa Bay sports, we have something for you in 2 different languages, guys. So please hit the like, hit the subscribe button, because we want to do more and more and more. Trust, my vision is very, 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 very big, and I want to do so much more for you. But what I need you to do for us is hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, tell your friends. Tell them, like, there's this unique thing that we are doing here in Tampa Bay, and you are the first ones to know about it, but let your friends know about it too, so we can keep it going. So for Santiago Pombo, mi gente, Santiago Pombo, for my man, my name is Eureka Wheeler, and I've been more than blessed to say thank you for everything. So we're gonna say goodbye. We're gonna say it's a point is a point is a point is a point. But Let's get 3 points next week.
Let's
For all
get
of us
3
here at
points.
RBLR, we love you. We thank you. Have a great night. Come on, you Rowdies.
Come on, you Rowdies.
Thank you for tuning into this presentation by RBLR Sports. On your way out of the stadium, please remember to like and subscribe.